All right, we got it.
You sure? There it goes. Oh,
God, baby. I think I left that in the freezer too long.
It sounds like his tongue's numb.
So Chuck, I'm glad you showed up. You were only like 2 minutes late today.
If it's less than 5 minutes.
Oh, it doesn't count? Oh, that's an interesting rule.
If it's less than 5 minutes. And also, it was.
He did say that. He did say that, though. He did.
Also, it was 7 o'clock. And my app needed to update before I could log in.
That's fair.
Yeah. Everybody's super laggy. Hold on. What the heck?
Yeah,
I think it's just you.
Too.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. I'm still on the thing.
Still on the Wi-Fi.
Oh my god! No, I just want you off. Bro.
Pause.
No.
Honk.
I got it.
Well, there we go.
I got it.
For those of you that can't see, we just watched Chuck's knuckles for the past 30 seconds while he's trying to figure something out.
It's true.
It was like 3.
Well, I was slightly not tapping the spot that I needed, so I kept just opening a menu, and it's like, no, I just need you to shut off. I just need you to shut off.
So
I'm glad that none of your moms are currently hotboxing you with Jesus in your recording studio area. I am roasting up here.
well, mine's dead, so
that doesn't mean
Joey's hotboxing with Jesus. Oh,
yeah.
That's a fair point. Anyway, brothers, sisters, gender resistors, what? Yo, Stone Cold cracking open a Joe Chuck Weiser for you. What? Because we just go ahead and watch a little episode for you called Comic Book Rundown Presents. What? I said a Comic Book Rundown Presents. See, I don't do this anymore in the morning, so I'm bringing it to the show now. There's nothing any of you can
we
do
really
about
appreciated you not doing it anymore in the mornings, and we got this.
Sure.
We watched. Oh, by the way, welcome to another episode of Comic Book Rundown Presents Rundown Reviews. I coach the man that is currently sweating all of his Dickens off. I am Chuck, and I'm joined once again by Ron, Joe, and more importantly, my best friend. And I'm getting sad because soon our time will no longer be together.
There's 3 more of these movies.
We can fix that. We can quickly fix that.
I
That's
mean,
not hard.
I've got Indiana Jones on the docket in the future. And Chris,
all Joe has to say is, "Here's the upcoming movies. Are you interested in any of these?" And I'll say
true.
yes or no.
like I said,
Hey, I'll tell you what. If you come on for Indiana Jones, I'll dress up like Indiana Jones for the podcast.
for all 5 movies,
For all 4 movies.
5 movies.
For all 3 movies.
Ron said what he said.
All 5 movies and the Young Adventures of Indiana Jones. We'll watch those too.
I will only watch those if we also get to watch The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
Ooh.
That sounds like a good franchise to me.
You know what?
That sounds like season 3's just got written pretty quick here, boys.
And you didn't even try.
It's and the show's only once a month, so we've got years worth of content at this point. Yeah, we watched the J.J. Abrams famous guitar Trek. I was trying to do it with 2 J's. It was very hard. My brain couldn't figure out how to say it.
I could tell.
We watched Star Trek. It's just called Star Trek, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
AKA lens flares out the nauseum.
Yeah. AKA, we're gonna make a bunch of references that an older generation's gonna get. They get to go, oh, they said the thing.
Yep.
Where did we start with this? Did you all see this in theaters?
Yes.
No.
I think I did. I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure I may have.
I remember seeing this in theaters. This was 2009. And I remember seeing it with people who did not give a shit about Star Wars or Star Trek. So I'm going to do that a lot, I got a feeling. With Star Trek, and we all actually pretty much like really enjoyed it. And then I had a conversation with some Trekkies, and the first thing that they said to me was, "This is one of the biggest insults to a Trek fandom."
Whoa.
This is where it started. They built a starship on the planet, which is like not even beginning, and I immediately tapped out. When I heard that complaint, I was just like, oh, there's nothing about this they're gonna like then. Cool. Chris, your feelings on them building a starship on Earth.
In Iowa.
In Iowa. I actually looked some information up of justification for that. Not saying I necessarily agree or disagree. Give me a second at that point.
Okay.
So talk amongst yourselves. I'll find it in a second.
I like that even though it's set in the future, there's still apparently gasoline to run cars.
Yeah.
Well, I assume that's a classic car, so it's probably one of those. Gasoline is probably a
luxury item.
Yeah, luxury. So
Found
yeah.
it.
All right.
So one idea that was justified through information from the novels that they had done research on to try to make this whole thing was having the Enterprise built on Earth, which was inspired by a piece of fan art of Enterprise being built on a shipyard. They had been sent fan art to Abrams, who had shown how realistic the film could be. They explained parts of the ship could have been constructed on Earth because of the artificial gravity employed on the ship and its requirement for sustaining warp speed, and therefore the calibration of the ship's machinery would be best done in the exact gravity well, which is to be simulated. They felt free to have the ship built in Iowa because canon is ambiguous as to whether it was built in San Francisco, but this is the result of the time travel rather than something intended to overlap with the original timeline. Abrams noted that the continuity of the original series itself was inconsistent at times, and that's for darn sure.
At times.
Weird.
So again, the whole idea of this being a new set of timeline, which there's also business reasons of why this all happened the way it did. Yeah, so sometimes people, yes, you can like what you like. No one's taking away original Star Trek from you. I like certain things. I don't like other things. But guess what? There it is. I'm looking at it on my shelf right now of the original series and stuff like that. No one can take it from me. Unless someone steals it, like my best friend Chuck may borrow it one day, but
That's true, I might, and I'm really bad about giving stuff back sometimes. But it's kind of interesting because I feel like that's essentially what they also tried to do with. I feel like this actually kind of worked. That this did end up making some Star Trek fans based off of this era, right?
Oh, most certainly did. Absolutely.
Right. I feel like then Star Wars tried to do that with the last 3 trilogy movies, and it
100% because they got Abrams to do it.
Right,
and Abrams is more of a Star Wars fan than he is a Star Trek fan.
Yep.
Admittedly.
Right.
He said that.
But it bombed, right? Like everybody ended up hating it by the end.
Well, there are reasons besides that.
Wait, the Star Trek ones or the Star Wars ones?
Star Wars.
The Star Wars ones. Yeah. I think that's just really interesting that like the two parallels, the two sci-fi based mega fandoms that will always hate each other. Yeah, essentially always hate each other. Flipped at this point, and the reboots for them did different, right? And kind of killed it. I think that's an interesting concept and belief. That being said, this movie starts. What were we in? Maybe 3 minutes in, and they're just like, "We're looking for Spock," and they're all like, "The hell you talking about?" And they're like, "Oh, what year is it?" And I just went, "There's no goddamn way I'm watching another time traveling sci-fi movie."
Again, Star Trek, there's a whole thing called the Temporal Wars. You're never getting away from it in Star Trek.
But, you mean time travel?
Why?
Because they travel more through time than they do through the stars, man.
Yeah,
there's a whole prime directive devoted to it.
And I'm glad that Chuck brought this up because that is one of my notes is fucking time travel movies.
I mean, So they touch on time travel like a little bit in this movie.
The whole thing-
it is
The whole thing is a time travel.
it because of the one thing, it makes a whole alternate timeline, which is basically the Kelvin movies here, which is the Kelvin timeline is what it's called. Right? Is that Kelvin timeline, Chris?
Yeah,
is that how,
Kelvin.
yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Because of the
because of
the
Toad's
ship.
ship.
Yep.
So it's yes, it's a thing, and yes, it's what it becomes. But okay, so it's not like it's Back to the Future where time travel is happening every 5 minutes. Or
It's happening every damn movie. You're gonna sit here and you're gonna tell me that we have an entire universe dedicated to traveling and trekking through the stars, but you can't show me one other goddamn planet and alien race that isn't the same 5 ones, and then we gotta jump in time? We gotta jump in time!
Hey, if we didn't.
For those that aren't watching this, Chuck has muted himself because he has gone through profanity-ridden, almost short of a brain aneurysm.
I can't do
That
this
dude
anymore.
hates-
I just
so
God,
what you're telling me is
don't make him watch this. Don't make him watch New Trek. Then, goodness gracious.
apparently apparently I gotta stop giving him time travel movies. So I'm gonna have to look at the list and
it wouldn't be bad, but check the archives. We just recently watched Lost in Space, and that kind of broke my brain because that also was a time
Dude.
travel space
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
And I just I already didn't want to watch it. I'll be totally honest. I didn't want to really watch this week. I wasn't in the mood for a sci-fi utopia-ish thing. And we also recorded some other stuff. And I really enjoyed one of those things.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
Same.
one of those things. So watching this, I was just like, there's no goddamn way he's making me watch time travel again. Also, why does the one Asian guy get a sword? That felt super targeted.
Well,
No?
it's
You mean
canon.
because it was
it's
a
canon
katana?
to Sulu. It's canon to Sulu. He did.
Wasn't he a fencer though?
Mm-hmm.
And he has a katana, and then
Well,
proceeds
I
to
mean,
not do any fencing moves.
Well,
No, it's Chuck's right.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
He didn't do fencing fighting. He did, like freaking.
He did Kung Fu spin number 3. He did Kung Fu spin sword number 3. It was a cool fight scene, though. I'll give him that. It was cool. I liked the concept that the sword was like flip out collapsible.
Yeah,
that
that
was
was pretty.
cool.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I also like the phasers, how when they went from regular phaser to stun, the whatever at the end like flipped versus them like hitting a button on it to change it.
like a
it actually
dampener or
flipped.
something.
Yeah, it flipped and you saw it go from like blue to red to blue. So you knew it was like a kill shot to a stun shot. Like I thought
But
that was cool.
speaking of the phasers and them shooting and killing each other, in the I know it's jumping around a bit, but towards the end of the movie when they're fighting the Romulans in the Romulan spaceship, the Romulans are shooting each other. Because they have different color of blasters than, one of them shooting green ones and one of them shooting red ones or whatever. And if you watch, the Romulans are getting hit by their own blasts in a lot of the scenes.
Well, they're minors. Remember, they were actual minors. They weren't.
I think they
fighters.
were all of age.
You know what I meant. Stop
I
it.
knew what he was going to go for.
I knew exactly what.
We can't bring up minors around Joe after this morning's podcast.
Oh my god! Yeah.
No, they don't know. I edited that out. They have no idea.
That was a good choice, buddy.
Next month. That's next month. They're not even gonna remember.
Oh,
Anyway,
so did we get the dude that plays Nero is the Hulk, right? Like the
Eric
Eric
Bana.
Bana.
yeah. I hate that dude's face so much.
I thought he did good in this movie. I thought he
No,
was
no,
quite
no.
good.
I didn't say he didn't do good. I
Oh.
just hate his face. As soon as I saw him, I knew there was something I didn't like about him. And then I was like, oh, it's the dude that played the Hulk. There's something literally about
Ang
his
Lee's
face.
Hulk.
Yeah, Ang Lee's Hulk.
It was weird at points, and I definitely cracked up when this happened. where like Nero will come off as like very menacing and stuff like that, and then when Pike gets on it, oh hi Chris, and it's just like whoa. I know we're trying to go for humor here. That does not match up with what you're trying to go for, bud.
Yeah, but I still chuckled.
Yeah, everybody was a little too cheeky, I guess, for a word in this. That like I needed one, even like McCoy, who's supposed to be like the serious, like super anxious one, still like gets his jokes in.
The whole movie, I was waiting for McCoy to call somebody a cunt, and he never did. And it just,
That's super fair, actually.
I definitely think it was great casting. Carl Urban will do a great job throughout this whole series.
Urban?
That's Carl Urban, yeah.
I just said that for Chuck.
Yeah, that's Carl Urban.
That doesn't look like him.
I think he's definitely one of the most like. There's a lot. I mean, the casting was really good, but I really like him.
Great.
He channels DeForest Kelley quite well through all three movies in this series.
Yeah. Especially the whole the talking about his divorce thing.
Oh,
is that why Bones is such an asshole in the original series? Because he got a divorce and it went bad for him.
It's kind of basically like he's just just crotchety, and it's funny just seeing him that young and being crotchety at that point, And I love like the origin thing, and she took everything except for my bones, hence his nickname Bones.
Yep.
So
maybe if she'd have taken Bone more often, they wouldn't have gotten a divorce. Who knows?
And it's so interesting just seeing like this whole like the behind the scenes of how this like CBS and Viacom in 2006 becoming separate companies, so that CBS held the rights to the Star Trek franchise television rights, and Paramount could only do Star Trek movies. And with the success of the movie, J.J. Abrams wanted to do spin-offs on TV, and CBS was like, nope.
Really?
Yeah, and so it became kind of this. It wasn't like when they merged again, but it was just like So the TV shows can't reference the films can't reference the TV shows, and so it kind of became this single. Well, good thing they created this whole Kelvin timeline, because they can use the stuff, they just can't make reference to things, which because when you get to the next one, they're not breaking anything because it just references film. It doesn't reference TV.
Interesting. So how did they get around?
We'll understand the references then.
So how did they get around old Spock? Is that like why they played it up as like it was just a time traveled version of the one that already existed?
Well, they didn't make reference to anything that was done in the show. They created something as a result of something. Now, one of the last appearance of Spock in the television show Next Generation led to kind of a peace with the Romulans at that point. So that's why one of the two reasons why Romulans are the bad guys in this, or at least this Romulan group, is they weren't really heavily featured in the movies. Usually, typically the Klingons, and since the Klingons recently in our life. On the shows were looked at as heroes in Star Trek at that point. They said, well, Romulans haven't been featured too much in Star Trek movies. Let's just make them the bad guys.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then the Vulcans and the Romulans are like the same, but they split off.
They're like
split
cousins
off.
Or something like that, right?
Yeah, they split off. They both said emotion is bad.
Right.
Vulcans say they favor logic and science behind it,
right?
While the Romulans favor warfare, secrecy, and spying.
Oh, okay. And they have pointy ears.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're both green-blooded.
Sure. So it is Warhammer 40K of Eldar and Dark Eldar. Got it.
Sure. Okay. We'll go with yes on that.
Yeah, it is 100% Warhammer 40K. Except for emotion, it was magic. That was the thing that they disagreed about. So interesting and stupid. All interesting and stupid and stealing IPs. All right. Those were all my notes.
Would you have it any other way?
So the little kid that they got to play young Kirk.
Annoying.
He didn't even look like he would grow up to be.
That's fine.
Yeah, at all. Like they could have gotten a child actor that at least looked a little bit like him, maybe, or even somebody that looked like Thor. Like, just somebody that didn't look like they were wearing a bad wig, and he looked more like a street urchin than he looked like a I don't know, sugar daddy kid or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole Kelvin thing is actually a creation too. There's no reference of this, you know, in like Kelvin's a creation by J.J. Abrams.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Was the guy who played? Was it the same? Kirk's dad? Was that also the same guy who just does Kirk?
No.
No, that was Thor.
Kirk's
dad
That's
was
Chris
Thor.
Hemsworth.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
Chris
beard.
They're
Hemsworth
both-
and then Chris Pine. Yeah, they're both
Yeah.
named Chris.
Yeah, they're both named Chris.
Oh, okay. They look very similar.
That's probably why they had them play, family.
Oh, you'll love this, Chuck. Then you love time travel so much.
No.
One of the possible ideas for a fourth one was going to be time travel and bringing them back together, dad and son.
No.
Well, it's
Also-
not happening.
I know. Well, thank God for that. I know
Well,
that
Because
we have.
somebody died.
Which one died?
Chekhov.
Chekhov
Anton
died.
Yelchin.
Anton, yeah.
He passed away. Car
The
accident,
actor?
I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Holy
Oh,
shit!
that's a-
Yeah, like pretty much very shortly after the last movie.
The third movie came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That's crazy. Okay. So I have consumed a lot of Star Trek against my will here. And
You're welcome.
I will say that there were times that I definitely had it on and my eyes were looking at it. But did I miss when Kirk originally was so fucking butthurt about not having a dad?
He's always had a dad. Like in the original
Yeah.
series, in the original timeline, his dad, like Spock said, was
his
the reason
inspiration.
he joined Starfleet.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but he never died early. Like
No.
before
No.
the news.
No.
Okay. Because I feel like they're really pushing the fact that he didn't have a dad in this.
Mm-hmm.
And I
And
was
he
like,
became a complete and other asshole.
right. And I
Like,
was just like
Kirk
really
was always a
confused.
complete and utter asshole.
Yeah, but he became the asshole earlier.
A different kind of asshole.
He's a definitely plays the jerk card in this one pretty well too. The big
Yeah.
know-it-all that doesn't need to do it. I mean, that's the whole thing.
Oh,
with
don't even
Kobayashi
get me
Maru.
started because they bring up the fucking Kobayashi Maru again.
Yeah.
I get so fucking angry about that. I'm gonna keep my mouth. I'm gonna mute myself.
Go off, Chuck. Come on, give
Oh,
in.
jeez.
If the whole fucking point is to teach you to be fucking like to have fear and to be humble and understand that there are some circumstances where you can't win and you have to accept the idea that there are lose scenarios. So what does he do? He does something that is not possible in the real world and reprogram a test that you just you can't cheat in real life and get away with it.
He's going to get that lesson, at least in this timeline, in the next movie. Pike is going to bring that home really tough for him.
Does he?
Oh.
It's been a while since I've seen
Oh,
Into
yeah.
Darkness.
Next one. I'm a big defender of Into Darkness.
I've only
I
ever
remember
seen
liking
this
it.
one. I've never
It's
seen
been
it.
forever since I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm a big defender of Into Darkness.
Okay. I see. I haven't seen Beyond. Beyond is
Yeah.
the one I have not seen yet.
Beyond's
I'm
probably
looking-
the
I'm looking forward
most
to it.
true to the original series, and
Okay.
it's only bad. And I'll bring this up again. It was sad just because Paramount did absolutely nothing to promote it, and it was like the 50th
Oh.
anniversary of the movie, and they did absolutely nothing to promote it. Anyways, later,
We'll
a
get
couple
that in
months
2
from now.
months.
Yep,
Yeah.
2 months.
So,
But you're not wrong, Chuck. But it's bringing the point of Kirk that he doesn't understand. Like he thinks he can con his way and break the rules as much as possible and still end up coming out ahead.
Mhm.
Right.
Like,
I guess
lives
my
are going to
frust-
get lost.
Right. And my frustration with it always is that in the past, we've never seen Kirk experience consequence.
Mhm.
Like, there's always like it either does work out for him and they're all just like, well, you got lucky there, kid.
well,
you know,
except for
and-
in the Wrath of Khan, because then he loses Spock for like
But he
a
doesn't.
day.
Yeah, but like then he doesn't, right? Like,
Yeah.
like Spock, he is able to then get Spock back, or like any of the times where like they were like essentially court-martialed and were expected to show up for like a hearing for punishment, and it was all just brushed under the rug, and he was allowed to keep going and doing what he always did. I feel like if he wasn't allowed to cheat at the thing that was supposed to teach him humility, then he wouldn't be a fucking piece of shit like he is throughout all these goddamn movies.
But this is also the third time he took the test. So he took it twice, apparently failed because you're always going to, no one passes the test. He failed both times, realized that.
I guess my question is, how does he fail it? Like, is there an explanation on what he did wrong to fail it?
He wasn't able to save the people off of the.
Yeah.
So yeah, either he didn't save the crew off of the other ship, or his crew died.
Yeah, I think Chuck's just looking for what specifically did he screw up on? We know he failed,
Well,
but like how did he
Right,
fail?
but if
Sure,
the
but-
test is designed to be failed, then what are you supposed to do
Your
for that
best.
test?
You're supposed to do your best. You're supposed to see what you can get done before your
So that
ship is
you
taken
die,
out, or
before
that
the-
ship
yeah.
is taken out, or you die, or yeah.
Sure.
Also,
So, like,
also,
let's say-
also in the sense of what you value more.
Okay, fine, great. So he does it one way, and they say he fails. So then he does it the other way, and they say he fails. So what was the thing that he was doing wrong in both
Learned.
those circumstances
Yeah.
that everybody else seems to be able to pass?
Well,
They
so
don't.
that's the
I
thing.
guess
Nobody
I'm
passes
defending.
it.
I guess I'm defending Kirk now, which doesn't make any
No,
sense
yeah.
in my brain.
Nobody
passes.
passes it. But the passing of this is to learn the lesson. But Kirk thinks he can win because it's not that he's failed it twice; it's that he didn't win either time.
Yeah, he
And-
doesn't like a no-win situation. So in his eyes, he's going to go in there any way he can. to
He's got
win.
fucking tiger blood, and he's winning. Okay.
Well, I think where was it?
Yo, Charlie Sheen as Kirk would have been fucking wild. Holy shit, that would have been awesome.
What was it? McCoy says it at the end of Star Trek 2. He says, "My oh no, it's Star Trek 3." When he sees Enterprise going down at that point from Genesis, and he says, "My God, Bones, what did I do?" He said, "You do what you always do: turn death into a fighting chance to live."
Yeah.
All right.
So there you go.
But I'm not. But again, that's the problem with. And again, I think in the next one, yes and no, but that's what Pike's really trying to get him to hone in on, that he thinks he can win and the rules don't apply to him and there's no consequence. Well, he's going to get some consequences. In the
Well,
next
in
movie.
Kirk's
Yeah,
defense,
I do remember.
if he ever watched the original series, he'd know that there was never a consequence for anything Kirk did. So,
Well, especially when you have a toupee and girdle.
Yep.
yeah, I do have to say that it was nice to see Kirk humbled in almost every fight that he was in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as
And
opposed to
New
as
and
opposed
different.
to Schittner's Kirk, where he wins every fight by like damn near a landslide. In
Mhm.
this one, he's getting his ass kicked almost every time.
Well, I think some of the other Trek fans, and I can't say I disagree with them on it, the amount of scantily clad women, and it's even more egregious in the next one too. It's just like, is that necessary?
I mean, the green chick was
Ron
pretty
says
hot.
yes.
Right?
Yeah,
Look,
I was kind of vibing the green girl. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's
eh,
it's definitely a callback to the original series. So.
yeah, that was nice. If she was only like a Lego, I would have been really all for it at this point. So,
Or a Muppet.
or a Muppet. Oh, if she was a green Muppet girl,
Oh God.
oh man, it would have been over.
I definitely dug Zachary Quinto as Spock. He
did
did a
an amazing
very good
job.
job. Yeah.
Yep. Loved him as that. Again, the cast
Very
was really
autistic.
good.
It was
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
The cast was great for this. For everyone they chose was great.
Mhm.
Simon
How
Pegg as Scotty.
Simon Pegg as Scotty was fantastic.
Oh, that was by far. Like that's
I
a dream
forgot
come
it
true.
took that long to get him into the movie, and I was really
Mhm.
sad that we only got him for like the last 15 minutes of the movie or whatever. But
I mean, he's in the other two, so
I've only ever seen this one.
you'll see the next two.
I think
the next
it's the
2 months.
I think it's the second one, maybe when they're like getting bombed or something. They're getting attacked, and there's like that iconic scene of him walking, like through as everything's exploding, and he's like, "I'm giving it all she's got," or something. I really love that scene. I think about that scene occasionally when I think of Simon Pegg. Weirdly enough, that and when he tries to be a zombie. Check the archives.
I will say that whoever programmed or gave Chekhov the code that he had to use was very mean. I don't know if that was his code that he chose, but that was definitely very mean of them.
Well, he has to learn. I mean,
Wow,
I'm just
Chuck.
saying.
I'm just saying, like he's got to work on his as not as in a racist way, but in in a way that my mother was a speech teacher forever and taught me that speech impediments were bad.
He doesn't have a speech impediment. He's fucking Russian, Chuck.
But what is an accent but a speech impediment to everybody else?
Shit, fuck. Come on.
Jeez, Chuck.
With somebody who has a speech impediment, fuck off. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Also, so speaking of Simon Pegg, why didn't I know? By the end of the movie, he's got his little partner there on the Enterprise. Why did they take him the first time? Is it because they only had 2 working transporters, or just they didn't want to take him?
I'm gonna go with that.
Okay. I just didn't know why. Like he just didn't want to have him there. I'm not saying he would have helped it any, but I don't know.
I don't even know what the hell that little dude is.
A fun guy.
Like, literally bead eyes.
He's a mushroom?
I don't know. Maybe.
Call him.
They had to work in an alien. You know what I mean? Like they have to get an alien on the crew.
So the Enterprise's shields. Well, actually, okay, the Kelvin's shields
and the Enterprise shields,
they suck. They didn't stop anything.
You also have to remember that the ship, Nero ship, is 125 years ahead in
and
technology.
A mining ship.
Yeah.
And a mining ship. But the technology is 125 years in advanced technology.
But their shields didn't stop anything from hitting the ship. Even when their shield was at 30%, which means that they had 70% of the shield that was used up, still didn't stop anything. Like, the ship was blowing up left and right. And it wasn't like the weird little sparks that you got in like any of the other movies. This was actual explosions and fire and death and people getting sucked out into space.
Yeah.
A lot of
their shield was terrible. And did we get the Centurion slugs? Were those the same things from Wrath of Khan?
Kind of.
Close enough.
I think they were. I remember seeing it for the first time. I was definitely very surprised. I when they brought in Leonard Nimoy. That one I didn't know about. That, I mean, it might have been out there, but I was very like, oh my god, they brought him back in.
I thought that was in the trailer.
I don't think it was.
Yeah.
Leonard Nimoy being in this version of it, I'm pretty sure it was in the trailer.
It might have been. I missed it then.
Because I'm pretty sure it was when he's on the ice planet and he says hello, my friend or whatever, and then
you may be right. Yeah, but still, it gave being a Trekkie at that point, just seeing anything with Leonard Nimoy was always like, oh, this is going to be interesting.
Speaking of, so that point when Kirk is trying to tell off Spock on the ship, and he gets basically Spock is going to throw him in the brig or something, but then he kind of puts up a fight, and then Spock tells him to get him off the ship. Why does he literally send him off the ship? Like, and he just sends him onto a planet, which is with an outpost, sure, but doesn't send him anywhere near the outpost. Like, he almost could have killed him, theoretically.
I mean, yeah. Because he didn't care.
I find it interesting, is all.
He was emotionally compromised.
Yeah, he was emotionally compromised. But speaking of killing Kirk, Kirk and Sulu were definitely dead after they got beamed back into the ship, because they were traveling, at terminal velocity as they were falling off of the mining rig. And when they were teleported in, they wouldn't have just, like stopped moving and then hit again. They would have still been traveling at that velocity, right?
No, but teleportation stops it. It stops your movement.
That's what I'm saying. It stopped them, which means that they would have died because they were moving at terminal velocity. So when you stop at terminal velocity, it's called terminal velocity because your body can't survive it.
No, but it like catches them and stops them and it's
Tell
like
that to
like
Gwen
cushion.
Stacy.
Oh, but remember, she was already dead. We talked about that.
That's true. Tell it to Gwen Stacy in the Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, but she was already dead. Peter snapped her neck. We talked about that. We haven't got there yet.
Anyways, they were dead.
I did like that the red shirt guy got killed.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Which, by the way, who let that fucking idiot do a mission? What was he trying to prove?
Maybe
Or
he
more
wanted
importantly,
to
who
give
let
it-
him carry all of the fucking bombs?
Right. They should have been spread out against all three of them.
Or
It should have been who. Also, wouldn't that have like blown all
Exploded.
that shit up?
yeah.
It should have. Yeah, it should have blown up from the bottom and maybe done some damage to the drill. But
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
or apparently the explosions weren't gonna do enough damage to the drill anyway.
Yeah, because they
So-
were able to use it again on Earth.
Well, I'm assuming that they just fixed it when they pulled it up.
Sure.
Because I was thinking the same thing. Like if they had done enough damage to stop it, but then again, maybe they just did enough damage to stop it from working and then stop the communications.
Yeah, I guess.
But it did still work when they got to Earth.
Yeah.
And again, maybe they just fixed it. They had time. It's not like there's a whole mining colony on that ship.
True.
Somebody had to fix it. But speaking of that ship, so when Kirk is there to try and go find Pike, and you get the scene when Nero is choking him out and attacking him. You got Spock who gets on the ship and he flies out to go and try and attack the ship, basically lure the ship out. Nero gets off of Kirk and rushes off, and then Kirk jumps across the way onto the other platform. When he lands off of it, like he's holding onto it, we see a gun laying on the platform. And then Isle, or whatever his name is, jumps down there, and the gun is gone. Because that gun is actually his gun from when Kirk grabs it and shoots him and kills him. And then the gun drops down. So, continuity error. Just wanted to point that out. I saw that.
No, that's a good shot. Also, Kirk knowing how to use the water system when him and Scotty get teleported onto the Enterprise, and like Scotty's in the water system, and he's getting ready to go through the turbine or whatever.
Yeah,
And Kirk just happens to know how to run that system to open up the bypass to drop him out of it before he dies. That was convenient.
I'm sure it's just a button. Open.
Right.
Also, when the Enterprise came out of the smoke on Titan, that was kind of a cool shot.
Yeah, it was cool until you saw Saturn behind it, because Saturn looked so bad that it kind of ruined the feel.
Yeah. And that's all my notes. What you got?
Winona Ryder is Spock's mom.
Yeah.
That was
cool.
an interesting.
That was Winona Ryder?
Yeah.
That was very old. Makeup.
Wow. Everybody listen, Carl Urban is like a fucking chameleon to me. I could not
He looks
point
the
that
same
dude
in
out.
every movie except for
No, he
in
doesn't. He's
Thor,
always
he's bald.
Yeah, but like he also has like a bunch of makeup on and stuff. He doesn't look anything like Butcher in this than he does in that.
He looks
He
a
doesn't.
lot like Butcher in this. Actually, he's got the same haircut.
No, he doesn't.
Butcher's got the beard and
Butcher's got the beard and spikes his hair.
yeah.
No. I think Carl Urban looks the same in everything. So
In fact, I thought he looked more like Eric Bana than Eric Bana does. I thought Eric Bana was Tom Hardy from Nemesis. I was very confused at what was happening.
Okay.
I didn't
Which
understand.
is fair. That's fair.
that's
Nobody
funny.
looks like anybody. Maybe I've got actor blindness. You know what I mean? Like I just can't identify people. Like That make a
Is that
lot of
like
sense.
bird blindness?
Yeah, it's like bird blindness, but with specifically male actors of Hollywood.
That is 100%. Actually, that would be so accurate for everything that we've ever gotten from you, Chuck.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Still can't tell the difference between Kurt Russell and Russell Crowe.
All right.
They
Well,
look the same.
Chris, you got anything else?
Nope, that's all I got.
Chuck,
No, I guess not.
Ron.
Oh, the Winona Ryder thing was my last note.
Okay. That brings us to our kill count, which I counted 49. So a lot of deaths in this one. I'm sure I missed a couple during the
Hey,
run and gun in the mining ship.
One planet, one kill, right? We all know that rule.
Yes. One planet, one kill.
Mhm.
But there was a couple kills that happened before the planet died.
That's true. Couple of them got taken down in the rock slide.
So counted those. But yeah, so 49 total, no limbs. A lot of one-liners that were original to the series. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Bingo.
All right, so we have dying mentor because the captain of the first ship died, and that would have been like Thor's mentor for that. I consider.
Maybe.
We'll count it.
We had dead parent. The responsibility thing, government interference, comic logic, unexplainable science, and origin reveal, betrayal by a friend, cameo, animal cruelty, rejecting power or destiny, hero kills, sexual innuendos, and fight for control of something.
What would you count betrayal by a friend?
When
anytime Spock threw Kirk into.
But they weren't.
No,
friends.
very specifically, old Spock lying to new Kirk.
Betrayal.
But that's not really betrayal.
Oh, he was definitely betraying his trust.
Okay,
that's not true. He calls him friend quite a few times.
Okay, you're not wrong.
And then he does that weird Vulcan mind meld thing to him.
Yeah. Okay, you're not wrong.
Is the grip really a death grip?
No, they
Can
just,
you really?
No.
They just call it.
It's supposed to be a nerve. It's Vulcan nerve pinch.
Yeah, it just depends on how much pressure you put on it.
Yeah.
See, usually they call it the Vulcan death grip because after you make them pass out, you shoot them a couple times with your phaser.
You know what? That I can see that one.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
It's only logical. Chuck, Spawn Cape.
I mean, this was like 2009, right? It's still. I mean, the lens flares hide a lot of the bad. I think.
I think that was kind of the point.
Yeah, I still think this looked fine. I didn't watch it and think, oh, this looks like shit. I guess other than what Ron saw in Saturn, I don't know. I'm gonna say
the Saturn just looked like they had taken a bad picture of Saturn and put it as the backdrop, and then did the whole thing in front of it.
Okay.
I didn't notice it, but I think that a lot of stuff still looked cool. Like anytime they came out of the warp or whatever, looked cool. I like that. The sets that they built looked cool, like the command deck and all that kind of stuff. I was fine with it. Leonard Nimoy looked real. That was cool, I guess.
He was real.
Leonard Nimoy really was there.
Listen, just because they're there doesn't mean they don't CGI the person to make them look normal. You know what I mean? We're gonna act like we're gonna act like Mark Hamill wasn't CG'd through most of the last three. Anyway, that being said, I'm gonna say 1 out of a quarter of a kajillion.
Okay.
I think it's fine. I think it was good. I think it holds up. It looked good when it came out. It looked good now.
That's fair.
That's where I'm at.
So now we've got Not a Muppet.
Yep.
Which my vote is for Spock.
All right.
Mostly because I think it would be funny as hell to see him beating the shit out of Muppet Kurt. like losing his cool and just like beating the crap out of a Muppet and then choking a Muppet to death almost, and then Vulcan death gripping a Muppet. Like,
See, and I said Kirk mainly because he's getting beat up by a Muppet, flirting with Muppets, and
I mean that's very Kirk
being-
coded though, flirting with
being-
anything.
but also being chased by Muppet alien creatures all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've got a counter to that as Ohora to see people start making and pining after a Muppet.
There you go. Okay.
And to see her making out with a Muppet, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as I get to see the green girl as a Muppet, I don't care who it is. You know, well, I'm at.
that soft
fair.
green velvety Muppet skin that Chuck just craves.
Can't get enough of it.
All right.
Well, that brings us to our scores. So, Chris, starting with you, what you got?
I will say I did enjoy, and I still enjoy this movie. I despite what people who consider themselves Trekkies and just think this is an abomination, there are far worse abominations in Star Trek than this. I'm gonna go with.
We've watched most of them.
I think we might watch another one here soon.
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
Okay, never mind.
yeah. I
Just
will
one
go
word.
with 6.01.
Good score. Good score.
Chuck?
All right. Is this a Star Trek movie? Well, yeah, because there's goddamn time travel in it again. So of course it is. Look, this is.
Only happened in 2 movies.
The next two don't have time travel.
Well, maybe I'll like them better. Look, this is fine. I wish I was more in the mood to watch a sci-fi Star Trek movie. I like this cast a lot better. I thought the cast was very good. It made me like Star Trek to an extent. I think that this was a good start. I feel like the way I look at this was like episode 7 of Star Wars, where I was like, hey, this is a really good start to launch another 3 movies. And if I remember correctly, I hated the next 2 by as much as I hated the next 2 for the other.
So J.J. Abrams is just keeping on par with Chuck.
I have always heard that
Abrams didn't do the second Star Wars. Anyway.
I have always heard that Abrams is really good at starting things and he doesn't know how to finish them.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
what his
think
wife
we-
said, too.
I.e. Lost.
Well, yeah, I think that's why he doesn't like we get really good first movies. He's really good at world building and starting stuff, and he just doesn't know how to finish it. So
Yep.
I'm gonna say I still like this movie. I'd watch it again. I think I really like Sulu a lot by the end of this, if I remember correctly. He's no Data, but he's still pretty good. And Simon Pegg really saves the end of the movie for me. I'm gonna say, I'll be nice, 5, 8, 9. I'm also trying to pick numbers I don't usually pick.
Yeah, I did the same thing. What do you know?
All right, what you got there, Ron?
So I actually like this. I enjoyed it. Other than certain parts of it that were just kind of like extra cheese or like pop offs for the fans of the original series and stuff, which I get. You've got to have those kind of things because that's what brings them in. This is actually probably my favorite original crew type of deal, like with Kirk being the captain, because it's not William Shatner. And I think that they actually had people in here that could act, which was really nice.
It tends to help.
Yeah, it does. I gave this a 7.09.
Wow.
Like I had a good time watching it.
Yeah.
And I only almost fell asleep one time. And that was actually while Nero was like venting or whatever. It was boring. I think it was when he was talking to Pike. I started falling asleep.
Hi, Chris. Nero.
Hi, Christopher. I'm Nero.
Hi, Christopher. I'm Nero.
Honestly, kind of impressed with Ron not falling asleep during this. He had a busy weekend. So
I did.
Yeah.
yeah, the fact that Ron stayed awake actually is a testament to his score, really.
What happened was I paused the movie, I got up, I got some food that was left over from the party last night, sat back down and started eating it while I finished watching the movie, and that helped a lot.
Yeah, that's super fair. That's super fair.
Nice.
Joey?
So this is one, like I remember watching it. I think, like I said, I think I saw this in theaters. If I didn't, I saw it immediately after it came out. But I'm almost positive I saw it in theaters.
I'm pretty sure you saw this in theaters.
Almost guarantee I saw this in theaters.
It almost would surprise me if you didn't. Like, I
Right.
would be very confused. But
Well, especially again, my dad was a
This
huge
was
Trek fan,
and this was
the
during Joey's
beginning-
like
going to movies all the time.
yeah.
It's 2009. Like,
Yeah, he doesn't
Was it
have any
2009? That
podcasts
would've been-
and plenty of free time. You know what I mean? Like, he's absolutely going to the
yes,
movies.
but I would have been married at this point in time, so I don't know if I would have.
Oh, yeah, them bitches do be doing that. That's true.
No, because I'm pretty sure that
Wait, was I married?
no, you weren't married. Not in 2009.
Was I married? No.
No, you were divorced. How old was Bella when you got divorced?
I was divorced. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Because so you had
I'm
plenty
pretty-
of time, buddy.
because
I
I'm
definitely
pretty
was
sure-
going to see this movie then.
I'm pretty sure that 2008 was when you started doing your movie run where you went to the movies like once every week or whatever.
Or darn near, yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, so I probably saw this in theater more than likely, which means I definitely enjoyed this movie, and I still to this day, like I was looking forward to seeing this movie. I was waiting to get through the rest of the Star Trek movies to get to this set of movies because I remember them being good, and it did not disappoint. This movie was a lot of fun. The cast is wonderful. Just seeing everything, just seeing the beginnings of everything here was just great. I gave this a 7.37. I really enjoyed this. I would like to say this is the top of my list for Star Trek movies, but I'm in a whole new book, so I couldn't tell you because I didn't want to look too high the book.
This is behind First Contact for me, but I think it's higher than all the other ones.
So it's up there. Like it's definitely is up there for me. I look forward, and I know the next one, Into Darkness, is another. I remember that one being good. I also remember some controversy around that when the first was announced. So we'll get into it when it comes. But yeah, with that score, we get a combined score of 6.59, which drops it in at number 62 out of 175 films, just behind TMNT at a 6.7, and just above Back to the Future Part 3 at a 6.57.
That's all right.
That's a pretty good
decent
spot for it.
Yeah, I'm not angry. I'm not upset about that.
Yeah, so there we go.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I like
what-
that. That's a good spot for it, I think.
I'll do similar what we did with Star Wars. When we get to the end of all those Star Treks, I'll rank them separately, and we'll go through all those. So, but I'd say a couple months from now.
Yeah, we've got what, 3 more movies?
So 3 technically. We got 2 more of the Kelvin, and then there's that Section 31 movie on Paramount Plus. That's what I was talking about.
That one. Yeah, I haven't watched it.
Yeah, well, you'll watch it for the show, Chris.
Or he'll miss that episode like he missed.
And look, that's a possibility too.
Yeah,
I just heard that was a movie,
Chris has got a family
and,
vacation to go on. Right around that.
So, Joey, you scored First Contact higher than this one,
Okay, well, that's fair.
just like I did. And
one was
all
First
the rest of them have been.
Borg.
Oh, okay. I did like
Which
that.
is
It's
great
the
one.
first one of the next generation. Well, the first good one of the next generation.
Yeah.
And yeah, all the rest of them you've scored under a 6. It looks like.
Okay. So yeah, no, this is a great movie. I really enjoy it.
All right, cool.
Cool. So yeah.
So, Chris,
There we go.
we'll tell everybody where they can find you.
You can follow me on all the socials at Chris Balga, and you can catch me every Thursday night on the Geekverse Podcast YouTube channel for Marvel Alliance at 9:10 Eastern Standard Time. Or you can search for our audio-only portion of the show by just searching Marvel Alliance on all your podcatchers of choice. And as always, gentlemen, it's a pleasure. Love you, best friend.
Love you, buddy. I gotta say, your show, if I could describe it in one word, and I mean this in the nicest, most polite way
God.
Oh
possible,
boy.
crunchy. It is
Crunchy.
it is crunchy with information. It is
We're
it is
nerds.
it is packed full.
Like peanut butter, it's got nuts.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Like my truck, it's got nuts. You know what I mean, buddy? That's what I'm talking about. You can find me. I know you all care so much. The last Sunday of every month, Joey and I, and sometimes Ron,
Yeah.
do a little show we like to call Getting Franchise, the latest and greatest movie franchises. Hey, at time of recording, the last episode either just dropped or is about to drop for season 1. I forget where it lands, where we're at in the calendar year.
Well, so time of recording, the Thanksgiving episode just dropped this past Sunday.
You mean at time of release?
Time the episode drops. Sorry.
Right.
So we are a month away from the final episode airing.
Okay.
Which I was
so
on.
what? This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna block out a Thanksgiving weekend where you're gonna go listen to Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving, because Joey is once again going to put the link to the video in the show notes
God
of
damn it.
Thanksgiving the musical. That's right, the musical. And you might be saying to yourself, they made a musical? Somebody did, and recorded it on a VHS tape and then digitized it apparently, and uploaded it, and I forced Joey to watch it with a gun held to his head the entire time.
Kinda, yeah.
And then in December, strap in, brothers, sisters, gender resistors, because I made Joey and Ron watch one of the greatest horror thrillers of all time. That's right, American Psycho. One of my personal favorite movies in a vacuum, where I don't have to listen to the fan base. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And its sequel, American Psycho 2, which was a thing that we watched.
It was a movie.
It wasn't.
It's a,
Was
it's a
it?
thing.
Was it?
Do you know, Chris, do you know who stars in that?
That would be Mila Kunis, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
Mila Kunis? That's right, Mila Kunis? That's correct. It is Mila Kunis.
Yep.
It was a thing that we watched. You know what? It's a little bit more digestible when you realize that it is classified as a dark comedy. Yeah.
Barely digestible.
barely.
But yes.
Outside of that, you can find me on the internet, kicked out of the hobby, No Ian Kicked, where I am painting at time of release of this episode. I hope I have them done. I have painted up the first models I ever bought as a kid when I was 12 years old. I found them in my storage and I pulled them out and I've been painting them up. They were released for the Steve Jackson game Frag. Y'all ever play Frag? The board
No.
game? It was like a deathmatch first person shooter video board game. And it was called Frag. And they, on the fifth release, like the fifth printing of the game, released pewter miniatures of the like paper standees that came in the board game. And I had bought them, and I have held on to them all these years, and I said, you know what? I'm finally going to paint these up. So I've been in the process of slowly painting them up because I want to do a good job. BT Dubs, if you're listening to this and you, for some reason, have, I think his name was the Mangler. I am missing one of them, and it's driving me nuts that I don't have a complete set. So hit me up, Kicked Out of the Hobby, No Ian Kicked on Instagram. If you have it and you're willing to sell it, I will pay. Thank you very much. Outside of that, that's all over the places where you can find me, unless Chris invites me onto one of his shows. Ron.
Nudge, nudge. Hint, hint.
He doesn't
you
want
can-
to go.
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky at Good at This Game. You can find my art on Instagram at Good Art This Game. I mean, you could if I actually posted shit up there more often. And you can obviously find me on this wonderful podcast right here. Joey.
You guys can find the show over on all the socials at Comic Book Rundown. You can email us, comicbookrundown@gmail.com. Rate and review us on your podcasting app of choice. We're also on YouTube. You can comment on there. We'll read it on an upcoming episode. We've got merch over on TeePublic. We've got Comic Book Rundown at the end of last Saturday of the month, getting franchised last Sunday of the month. Kamen Rider Chronicles every Monday and Thursday. And our song was done by Cam.
Mhm.
So our next movie, because this is the last day of November, our next movie is going to be going into December. And
I've never heard of that movie.
I figured
I knew he was gonna say that. God damn it!
I set him up for that. Anyway, so we're gonna be going into December, and I figured, well, why not get into the holiday spirit? And the best one to start out with is none other than Don't Break Your Ruler. We're gonna watch Jingle All the Way.
Oh hell yeah, we are! Yes, one of my favorite Christmas movies, and most importantly, does have my second best friend ever, right behind Chris. Arnie's in that.
Yes,
I thought Arnie was your dad.
No. Just my spiritual influence, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your fatherly figure.
Yeah, my holy fatherly figure, absolutely. Yep.
But yeah, so I figured that'd be kind of fun.
Wow. I mean, and also technically a comic book movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, it does technically count as a
It's
comic book movie.
It's a superhero type movie.
They have a comic book in the movie. He doesn't. I know
It's just like that's what I was saying earlier. It's just like Buckaroo Banzai. There's a comic in the movie, even if it's not a real comic, it's still there.
Okay. Well, I know there's also a superhero show, so it's comic. It's whatever.
Yeah, but I feel like he also had the kid.
There might
had
be
the
a comic. I don't remember.
And
maybe there is. Maybe
no,
there
no.
isn't.
I mean, like in the movie, the kid had a comic.
Yeah. I mean, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
Which means the most likely they did have a comic that came out.
Yeah. Anyway, hey Chris, who's your favorite crime dog? Who's your favorite dog to commit crime? No, who's your favorite dog to commit crime?
Who's your favorite what?
Who's your favorite dog to commit crime?
Who's your favorite dog to commit crime?
Yeah, like if you could think of all the dogs that could realistically commit crime, who's your favorite?
Like a breed of some sort?
Yeah, just in general, just any dog.
I don't know. I'd go with a American boxer.
What about a dog that's like owner is a stoner?
Oh, did you mean Scooby-Doo?
It worries me that you have a blow up Scooby-Doo. I'm not gonna lie.
I won this at a health carnival.
Aw.
Yeah, I was very excited.
Joe, you're still running.
It's been in my car for like a month and a half, and I finally got it out of my car and I brought it up here.
And on that note,
anyway, the true answer is Scruff McGruff because ACAT.
Ah,